For if we judge ourselves, we should not be judged. In other words, we keep ourselves right with God. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. And it would take a whole day to deal with that, because the devil has lied so much about the chastisement of God. Yes, God will chastise his people. The Word of God says it. But on the authority of the Word of God, God will not use sickness to chastise people. Because who in their right mind would even think that there was disunity in the Godhead? And if anybody thinks that God uses what Jesus bore on the cross, that would be disunity. There's ways that God chastises, but it's not with sickness. God will use circumstances that sickness is involved in, but God doesn't cause it, because it's contrary to the inheritance of the believer. Wherefore, my brethren, when you come together, eat tarry one for another. If any man hunger, let him eat at home, and come not neither unto condemnation, and the rest will I set in order and come. All you got to do is look on some of the programs in the God channel, and you see that the coming round of the table of the Lord, which should simply be a time to acknowledge the cost of our salvation, has been turned into a great feast day. And they've turned it into a feast. And the Word of God says, if any man hunger, let him eat at home. You see, this is not a feast like that. It's not to be turned into some ritual. It's whenever we come in the presence of God, and we lift our eyes and our ears to heaven, and we begin to discern what is in this covenant, what is our inheritance. And it's all done through praise and worship. That's what the devil has taken out of the church for far too long, but thank God it's coming on again. Thank God that ministry's been raised up again, because we come around that table with praise and worship. We can't understand the cost, but we take it by faith. We can't understand how we're worthy, but we take it by faith. We believe God. If He said it, that's enough. Don't try to figure it out. Just live in that prepared state as we come around the table of the Lord.